Okay, clap it up, Israel. Going to the screen now. Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom, Shalom, Thumb to all the brothers, Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom, Shalom, to all the sisters. I am Priest and Officer Abad Hayah 500, holding the Lashawan Qadash class until, of course, Officer Morale about 1,000 comes to teach a proper class. This is the Lashawan Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. As you can see, this is the Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan Qadash means holy tongue, or tongue, or how we would say it, tongue holy, because our language is from right to left, and the noun comes first. The noun, then the adjective is described. It's not the adjective, the noun, like in English. So it will literally be tongue holy. That's how we would speak. So the tradition of the school is for the teacher and the students who are participating in the class to pronounce their alphabet. So I will start with mine. Officer Barzal is on Shamar for tonight. Officer Barzal, would you like to say your alphabet? Water Officer Barzal, Ka.
Abba Gada Hawaza Ka Tayaka Lama Nasa I Pa Tizan Warasha.
No sign Christ. Officer Barzal. So Yasharala. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. Yasharala means Israel. Usually people say Israel, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native men, women, and children. But for the Lashawan Qadash class, let's just call us who we are, Yasharala. So when I refer to Yasharala, it means Israel.
Right.
We are the prince, or if you're a female, the princess of the power. We are the royal seed of the earth. And we're going to start with the basics, the milk. We can start with Zephaniah 3:1 when you get it. We're going to do the alphabet, of course. And can we get Zephaniah 3 and 9, Brother Shaw?
Come on, verse 4. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
See, we are in the last days of time. And the Most High God erected the I.S.U.K in 1969 and given us back our language. There always has been a Lashawan Qadash class. All we got to do is stay tuned into these classes, and the Lord will give us back our language slowly by slowly. Just like a baby, we have to learn it slowly by slowly. We have to, someone has to teach us the language. Someone has to talk to us in the language. We have to be immersed in the culture of our language. We're basically immersed in the I.S.U.K, the I.S.U.K event, I.S.U.K classes, the brotherhood, the counseling department, everything Israelite. I.S.U.K Israelite, and we're not the Israelite group. So, read it again, what we're from the top.
Come. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
See, not only is Hebrew the best language, it's the pure language. It's a very pure language. It's a simple language, very direct to the point. When you speak Hebrew, you're using your maximum intelligence, basically, because it's easy to learn. So, this is the Dawudah. That's why this is here. This is the King David's signature, and Christ sits on the throne of his father David, and this is his signature, the Dawudah. It's two dots, one up, one. It's a dot and another dot.
Right.
So that's Dawudah, King David. And King David, Christ is on his throne. So we're going to start with the alphabet. Any more on that scripture? Up to the goes.
Come. That they may call upon the name of the Lord.
Say, like in the world, no one knew the Lord's actual name. People call him Yah or Yehud or Yahuwah or Jehovah. But that's not his name. His name is Yahweh. That's I write it down. I write it down in the ancient Hebrew. Yah, that's the Yah. Ha, that's the Ha. Wa, and these two are connected. If you didn't know the Lord's name, you know it today. Yahweh. This is how you will write this phonetic pronunciation. Well, the Most High's name. Most High name. It's very important to know our God's name.
Right.
But we only can use his name in three circumstances. When teaching his name, when we praying, or when we prophesy. If we're not using his name, in that respect, then we can't use his name in vain. That's also in the scripture. We can't use his name in vain, so we don't want to sin against the Most High God. We don't want to be disrespectful to our Abba, our Father. So we got to respect our Abba, our Father, and all that we say and do. So we are going to get into the alphabet. Also, Donovan Compact, a tutorial Bible dictionary. Can you get that Bible shot in Hebrew language?
God. This is the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, page 343. That's like it. 342.
Right.
Hebrew language. Hebrew is the language of the Old Testament.
See, that's the pictorial, the Donovan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, and it says the Hebrew language is the language of the Old Testament. That's what we spoke. We spoke Hebrew. The Israelites, Yasharala, that's Israelites in Hebrew. So we're going to get the alphabet. We're going to start with I. So here's I. I. That's the first character in our language, Lashawan Qadash. Holy, Lashawan Qadash, come holy, holy son. I. That's I. It's that's what it looks like. That's how you pronounce it. It's very simple. It's everything. All our characters has like an I at the end sound, except for one character, which is I and Ka. But that's even that still has an I at the end. So it's like I is one that has something, and this is I. I. That's the only one I don't have an I at the end, but an I sound. That's the I character. And all our characters come from, we are a pictorial people. All Adam, when he was given the breath of life, he created our that we think that he saw around him. The things that he saw around him. So it's very practical and very real to the point. So it's not like it's spooky. So that one gets a Ba. Right. Here's Ba. And the cool thing about the first two characters in our language is when you connect them, or when they're connected, or when they're together, it's Abba, and that means father in our language. So when we ever call, when you ever say Abba, that's called Abba. Even though even little babies, they speak Hebrew when they come out the womb, and all that. So Abba means father. The first two, it's easy to remember. Abba means father in Hebrew. That's the second character. We have, I believe, we have 22 characters in Hebrew. 22 characters. That's the second character. And we have the third character is God. That's how you draw the character God, and that's how you pronounce it, God. Like Captain Lashawan, that's the first character in his name, Captain Lashawan. So after God, so we got Abba God, and then we got Da. So it's the fourth character. The fourth character is Da. Like Da, King David. So that's Da. That's what it looks like. Dawada. Oh, yeah, Dawada. So after that, we got Abba, God, Da. The next one, the fifth character is Ha. The fifth character is Ha. And this is what Ha is. And remember Ha, like Hebrew, Hebrew is the first language. We all spoke Hebrew before the Tower of Babel. So a lot of things come from Hebrew. So that's Ha. That's the fifth character. Ha, Wa. The sixth character is Wa. Wa. You can remember this one, Wa. Just remember that. So Wa, Wa. Then we got Za. We got Zabalawan. Za. Or Zion weapon. That's Za. Za. Then we got Ka. This is the hard Ka. This is the hard Ka. So it's like a hog spit sound. It's not cha, it's Ka, like the hog spit. You got to put some emphasis on it. Hog spit sound. You got to put some emphasis on it. You got to say ha. And opens your airways instead of it. So that's Ka. The one thing about Hebrew is that you really got to use that diaphragm here. You speak with more force. That's another. When I could, sir, and in the Apocrypha, the prologue, anything other than Hebrew has more force other than its own language. Hebrew has no paraphrase, but it has more force. Our language is more powerful. We are more powerful when we speak in Hebrew. So that was Ha, and we got Ta. So this is Ta, like Captain Ta before. That's the first character in his name. Abagadaharazakata. Then we got, of course, Yah. Yah. Yah.
Right.
Like Yah. It's almost like even saying Yah gives you like a healthy feeling. So that's Yah. Yahweh, that's the first one that comes from this, and that means Judah. North side, thanks. Yah. Abagadaharazakata. Ka. Next one is the soft ka. So ka, soft ka, soft ka. Oh, like General Katham. Right. Gabar. First character in his name. That's the ka. After the ka, we got la. We got la. Okay. La 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 la. There's a lot of ways you can remember the alphabet. La, la. Trying to think of what word off the top of my head. If I can't recall right now, but la is another good character. And after la is ma, like my young. Water. My young means water. And if you want, you're gonna need to know this word if you want to partake in the next upcoming Hebrew Academy. Right. You're gonna want to say my young son. That's just a little bit. Okay. That's ma. Then we got na. Like Officer Na. That's the first character in his name. Na. And this is the basic. We need to learn our alphabet. It may seem dry, but learning these characters, knowing your own language, gives you a sense of identity, so to speak. That's right. So we gotta take it back because we won't learn our language nowhere else on earth. There's nowhere else to be found. The Jewish people speak Yiddish. They don't speak Hebrew. They speak something else that's totally completely different from how we speak. So we have to own our language. We have to study our language. We got to come back to the Lord's language because if we're going to be the rulers of the next kingdom, in Christ's return, we're going to have to know how to speak our language and command the heathens in our own language. So that was Na. After Na is Sa. That's Sa. And we speak our language when we do this move. Yahweh Thumb, that's Hebrew. Yahweh Shemar, Shai, that's Hebrew. So Thawada, Yandabar, Adawan, all those words they're stepping stones.
Right.
So keep on utilizing those phrases and those readings and those words because it will come in handy. In these Hebrew classes, from all the Hebrew teachers, they give us even more in-depth knowledge on our own language.
Right.
So it's good to do these classes. I know it's Friday night. So at least try. It's not hard to, but try to watch the rewind if you can. Watch the week. You can't do it live. It's Hebrews on Friday night, so it's tricky. So after that we got I. Oh, okay. I so happened my name starts with I. My father. No. That's I. After I is Pa. Pa. Gaiboa. Opposite of Gaiboa. Oh, you're gonna definitely learn about that in Hebrew Academy too, where I go. You're gonna learn about that one too. So, remember, Hezekiah did that promotional video out, got me in shape. So train him. That's right. Then we got Tizah. 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 We almost got what we got 4 more characters left. We got Kwa. That's Kwa. Kwam means rise. Kwam Yasharah, rise Israel. Kwam starts with Kwam. If we would add a ma and connect them, it would be Kwam. And Kwam means rise. And this just helps us. This is a plural connector. This what looks like a smiling face. And it just helps us to pronounce the words correctly. Right. Because this, instead of it being Kwama, because this character is Kwa, right? And this character is Ma. So instead of it being Kwama, this plural connector drops the I and make it Kwam. That's why not every word in our language has an I in it, because of plural connectors. It drops that out. So, next one is Ra. We got Ra. Rawbon. That's the tribe of Reuben. Start with that character. After that, we got Shah. Now, I believe Shasha is 6 in Hebrew. I wonder if Shasha is 6 in Hebrew. I could be mistaken though. But we got Shah. We got Shah. And then, last but not least, we got Tha. Like Officer Thumayim. Right. And it's good to. Everybody in the school, if you're officer, trooper, captain general, or even a sister, we all have people names. So that's another way to practice Hebrew. Try to remember everybody's name. And try to get their meaning behind their name too, because then you'll understand the word. Okay, that was the alphabet. So we said Yasharala, right? So I'm gonna put Yasharala on the board. So we know that we're the prince or princess of power. We're the world bloodline. We shouldn't take nothing from these oppressors or these heathen nations like the Africans, the Japanese, and Moab, Chinese, the East Indians, any of these heathen nations, because we are the chosen seed. We are the royal bloodline. Right. We are the greatest people on the earth. Remember that movie, The Greatest Story Ever Told? Even though it was depicted as Christ being an oppressor, well, we're the greatest people ever on the earth. So, okay. So Yasharala. Yah, Shor, Allah. Yah, these two are connected. Allah. Yah, Shor, Allah. Israel, prince, princess, they're female. We have power on the earth. We're not weak. Right. We are the strongest nation on the earth. One will obey the Most High God's laws and commandments, of course. Otherwise, we're on bond, as you can see today. Because that's a curse in Deuteronomy 28th chapter. So when you do good, When we do good, we're flying high. Nothing stop us. When we do bad, we're flying low. Everything kills us. So that's Yasharala. And then if we add another Yah at the end of Yasharala Yah, that means Israelite. Israelites. That means Israelites. Yasharala Yah. So we went over the Most High's name, Yahweh. We went over Israel's name. But we need to go over who? The one who died for us. The one who gave us a shot back to the Most High God. Because his name is obviously not Jesus. Jesus is not Jesus. That's not his name. He would want to be called his Hebrew name, of course. Our King, Yahweh. Savior or deliverer, that's what his name means. Savior, deliverer. Well, what is it? Matthew 1:21. He shall save his people from his sins. Right? Matthew, she shall bring forth the son. That's the precept to his name. And that's Yahweh. Put the phonetic, I'll put the phonetic spelling. Yahweh Shai, commonly known as Jesus, but that's his name in Hebrew. So we went over the Most High's name, went over Christ's name, went over Israel, we went over Israel. There's a lot of things that we went over the alphabet. We need to do these things. We can go over the salute if you want. The salute, so we can understand what that actually break it down, what it means. We're going to start with the brother's salute, the greeting. So the first one is what? Shalom. We're going to do word by word. So shalom. So, shalom. I'm doing that. It was left to right, but our language is right to left. There we go. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom means peace. So shalom. That means peace. Right. And then we got the Most High's name. Shalom. Yahweh. That's the Most High's name. So we went over that already, so we're going to go straight into Hashem. Ba. This is the brother's salute. The brothers. Brothers. Salute. Ba. Shem. Ba. Shem. So Ba is so see, Ba means in, Ha means the, and then Shem is the root word. Root word Shem is the root word. Shem, Ba, Ha, Ba Hashem. And the name. See, when you try to break down a word, you have to find the root word. And the root word, the root word in this one is Shem. That's the root word. Shem. Once you figure out the root word, the other characters is easy. It's easy. The connectors, they're easy. So that's just almost more I can break it down into better detail. So that's the root word by Hashem. So Shalom Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's Christ. Shalom Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak. So now we get into another vocabulary word. Most people know what Barak means. Barak means blessed, if you didn't know. So Barak. I'm going to go Barak. The rock means blessed. Rock means blessed. And of course, we need the connectors, so we know how to pronounce it. That's Ba, rock. If we did have the connectors, it could be Baraka. Yeah? That's why it's good to learn the ancient Hebrew, because the Syrian, they don't have connectors. That's the other, like this. Like this is the Ah. Like you know how we did the alphabet in ancient? That's the ancient Ah. This is the Assyrian Ah. Barak, blessed. But in the kingdom, we only going to be using the ancient, so we don't focus on the ancient. But it's good to know the Assyrian, because of the Sabbath service, we got to still read our language. So we got to practice the Assyrian during the Sabbath service. Those 7 scriptures. And holidays, those 7 scriptures. We get called up by the priest. Okay, rock, and the last word in the salute to the brothers is up. Right. So, right there you go, right there. We got Okay, so thug, Slovakia for the thug. Yeah, thug. And then it's a thumb for multiple. I just got we got this photo like this slide for that. Like thumb for multiple brothers. So that's the brother's group. Now we'll get into sisters. So this is going to be Shalom. Yahweh Shemar Athabah Shin, Yahweh Shah. That's when a brother is speaking to a sister, or a sister speaking to a brother, or 2 sisters are speaking to each other. The brother's group is only when 2 brothers are speaking to each other. So here's the salute to sisters. We can do Shalom again. Shalom. We practice, right? Shalom means peace. Because we brothers. We have to be warring against one another. We're family. So we should be saying shalom. We don't want no harm to each other. We're a family. Family unit, we got it together. So that's shalom. Say that warfare for the oppressor. Because you're going to need it. Nothing like a cold war with us. So they murder us. Okay. Shalom. Yahweh, that's the most High's name. Yahweh Shamar. Yahweh Shamar. Shamar. Say, who's on Shamar tonight? Officer Brother Arwah. Shamar means watch. Guard. Watch or guard. So, Shalom Yahweh Shamar. Al-Qad. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Al-Qad. Go back to Al-Qad. Al-Qad means you. I didn't say that last time. Al-Qad. Al-Qad. Al-Qad means you. Singular. And a thun, because it's a sister. A thun means you, plural. So when you speak into one sister, you'll say a thug. When you speak into more than one sister, you'll say a thun. Yahweh Shema Tha Ba Shin, back to Ba Shin. Ba Shem. Ba Hashem. Ba Hashem. In the name. In the name. What is it? Ba Hashem. In the name. Okay. Bashem, so it will be Shalom, Yahweh Shema, spelled Bashem, Yahweh Shema. Yahweh Shema is Christ. Oh yeah, Mashiach is Christ. Mashiach is Christ. I just write that down. Mashiach. Christ. So Yahweh Shema Mashiach is his full name. His connectors, Mashiach. Take this off. Got the sister's suit up there. Got the brother, the other one's sister. So this is Christ. And we have the Lord's Prayer right here. Lord's Prayer. But we need to stay tuned into these classes. It's integral. So we went over the Most High's name, Christ's name, Israel's name. We went over salutes. We just so happen to have the Lord's Prayer right here. So we have the Lord's Prayer right here. Yahweh, Shabbat, Qadash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahweh, Malach, Taba'ah, Rakzak, Yah. I.S.U.P.K, Kavua, Hayah, Vashamaya. Nathana na walakam ka ya wa wasalak na ka wa wa na kasalak na ka wa na wala ka bi ay na ba na sa wa na bo hoshai na mayan right kaya ka malak wa ala wa form la wayan amon. Oh yeah, amon means so be it. So be it. So this is the Lashawan production is very essential. The reason why it's essential is because we need to practice our language. Honestly, we should be doing it daily, somewhat, which we do because we do salute daily. We get called by our name daily, but we should try to add a little bit more small stuff in the mix as well, like certain words. We went over my young, some vocabulary. We went over my young water, but we can do lakam, that means bread. Lakam, you need your cheddar, right? Bread. Money is a different, but this is the bread you actually eat. You need bread you actually eat. Lakam, the la, the cha, connected, lakam. Bread. What else? What else vocabulary? Did my own did bread. Like vocabulary we use on a daily. Let's see. Anything. The water. Right. It's a water. The we use that on a daily. I hope we are. I hope we are being courteous to our brother and sister. I'm walking on you. The what? Now, of course, the response to someone say "what" is a younger one, meaning no words. Meaning it is the equivalent to saying you're walking by what we say is no words. Nothing has to be said about it. Like we don't got to speak on it no more. It's just acknowledgement. That's the water. I'm going to put again the bar up. Yun the bar Ayun the bar Ayun the bar. That means ayun is no or not. The bar is word. No words. Words. Okay. What else can we say on the daily? What else can we say on the daily? See, water, in the bar, we get more time cries. Oh, calm. Oh, we're saying calm. I want calm. That's better. Con. Let's see. Stop. Con. Con. The. Con. The one. Con. The one. Con. So con. The one. Meaning, it's not like E.S.U.K. When you say sir, yes, sir, it's yes, sir, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, E.S.U.K. is backwards. He just harm. We don't have respect for that person. We're all brothers at the end of the day. And Christ showed ultimate form of brotherhood by dying for us. So we got Khan. What else we say? La, no. That's a common word as well. La. No. No. That's common. La. No. What else? What else is common that we use in a daily phrase, daily words? Salaki is a good one. What's on Christ? Salaki. What is, sir? Salaki. Salaki. Yep. Salaki. Yep means excuse me. Give me any other definition of this?
Forgive me. I believe that's it.
Okay. Excuse me. Forgive me. Excuse me. Forgive me. Good day, John. Hey. That's what we got to see too in this class because Hebrew gets deep kind of.
Right.
But it's still simple. Excuse me, forgive me. That's sloppy. Because Hebrew is straight to the point. Like you can't sneak this somebody. You can't sneak this somebody. You can't go in circles. You have to go in a straight line. You can't go in a circle in our language. You gotta go straight. A to B. There's no circling and up. Can't. We don't think like that. We're very straight to the point. We're very straight to the point. That's a strength. That's a strength. Ideally, we're supposed to do as we're told. We're supposed to keep His law, statutes, commandments, the Most High God, and we'll be blessed. That's straight to the point. And if we don't keep the law, statutes, commandments, we'll be cursed, punished. That's straight. That's simple. We're very simple people. We're playing, just like Genesis. The Russian makes everything complicated for himself. He tried to make our lives complicated, but we're just chill and relax. Or any other common words, kind of thing. We went over Lashawan Qadash. We went over that. So that was the title. Lashawan means tongue, Qadash means holy. Yeah, Qadash, holy. We're holy. Let's put Qadash right up there. Qadash. What? Qadash. 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 Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6. So we're putting on Qadash, so we should like.
Oh,
Go ahead, sir.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art an holy people. We are that separate people. Holy means separate. We're that separate part people. We're that separate people. We're different from every other nation on this earth. Read Book of Shaw. If I could. We also we are that. I got to keep on saying we're that royal bloodline.
Right.
That's the give you tremendous joy knowing that you're in the blood. But now after that comes the hard part. It's not, which is not hard, because keeping the law of commandments most like God is not grievous. It's not hard to do. It's very simple. Like anything, you just get up and do it. What's so hard? Pay your tithes. Give 10% to the priest. What's so hard about that? Read.
For thou art an holy people. For the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
See, we were chosen. He could have chose any other nation on the earth, but he chose us. That should mean something. We didn't have to chosen. Book of Shaw.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
See, we're special. We're special in most of God's eyes. And this is what you got to think about this. Whether on the left hand side or the right hand side, whether we're doing evil or we're being righteous, there's never a dull moment in Israel. And everybody can attest to that. There's always something going on. There's never a dull moment in Israel. Never a dull moment. And that's because we're that special people. And we're the salt of the earth. And that salt comes from our laws, and commandments, from our culture, from our identity, from our language. We bring the flavor. We are the best in everything: the sports, the intellectual arts, the music, cooking, from any phase of life, from any spectrum of life. Israel dominates all areas and all arenas. That's just a fact. And if Israel is on the righteous, all Israel being righteous, who can stop us in anything? Because most like God will defend us. That's the Judah. Forget us, the Judah. I think it's Judah, our Lord and Governor. If there be any ever in this people, Judah the 5th chapter, I believe, in the Apocrypha, if I'm not mistaken. I'm paraphrasing. My Lord and Governor, if there be any ever in this people, that should pop up on Google. So we're holy. We're holy. Yes, remember that. We're holy. We're separate. We're set apart. We're that royal bloodline. I keep repeating that because we always thought we was nothing. But Second Ezra 7, when you get a chance, sir, Second Ezra 6 and 54, that will explain that we are not the ones that are nothing, but the other nations are. See, our oppressor has turned things upside down. He turned things upside down. But that's going to be exceeding the power of play.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures.
So in creation, God created the heavens and earth. Most likely, the heavens and earth were created. The animals, the land, the fish, the water, the birds, and eventually Adam, man, was created, and Adam was given the breath of life. Read Again, after reading it from top of Michelle.
God. And after these, Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord over all thy creatures.
Once Adam was given the breath of life, he was given basically authority over the whole entire earth. Who does not want to be in charge of the whole entire earth? Of Lord of all thy creatures. That includes the other nations, the other people that was on the earth. He was given authority, power, rulership. Basically, I tell you what to do and you do it. Or you are at the mercy of my judgment. That's how much power Adam had. Read.
God.
Focus on.
Of him come we all.
See, we all come from Adam through Noah from the flood. Because the God's men, the sons of God made the daughters of men. Interracial marriage, the Most High God hates it. That's why the earth was flooded. So we shouldn't be dating no oppressor's daughter. You feel me? You want to die in the second world destruction with fire, thermonuclear fire, because you're doing the same thing as in old time and just marrying the oppressor's daughter. Are you insane? Read.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So let's read the whole thing from the top again. Sure.
God. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures. Of heaven come we all.
Read.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So out of everybody that come out of Adam, the Most High God chose a specific people, and that's us, the Blacks, Latinos, First Nation men, women, children. And Blacks, Latinos, or the Hispanics, and the First Nation men or the natives are a family. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are those we descend from Israel, Jacob, his 12 sons. We're a family, literally. We have the same father. Read, Bible Joe.
God. And all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
See, the world was made for our sakes. We are supposed to be in rulership, not the oppressor. See, something tragic happened. Princes was walking as servants, and servants was on horses. See, it got flipped. That was a tragic thing that had to happen. Tragic. We're princes on the earth, and we're walking as a servant. And a servant don't know how to be on a horse. They don't know how to rule. That's not their natural state. And us being servants, this is not our natural state. So, yeah. So let's take back our authority, black man. Who can stop you when you take back your authority? No one. And the only way you can take back your authority is by being righteous. So be a righteous man. Lead your righteous family. Have a righteous wife. Have righteous children. This is what we need to do. This is exactly what we need to do. So, Yeshua, Hebrew, our language is essential. It's pivotal. It's like fundamentally rooted in our system. It's like once we get the hang of it, it's going to be real easy for us to. Because look, once if we all was fluent in Hebrew, the oppressor would not know anything. They can't understand our speech now. If we have broken slang, they don't understand slang now. Imagine we speaking our own language, which is slang. Hebrew is slang. It's equivalent to slang. It is slang. Yeah, the Bible is a black and Hispanic and Native man's book. It's a slang book. That's why it can't be deciphered by any other nation. Because precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. It's like a puzzle that must be broken down. So this is what we need to do. See, Christ is a black man. That's in Revelation. Christ is black. This is a fundamental thing you need to know. Christ is black, Most High God, black man spirit, the angels are black, chariots. Was you more than anything else, sir? Judith? Judith.
And who was in Judah?
My Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people. That's all you guys have on Google.
My Lord and Governor.
Yeah, KJV. What else? Yeah, we're not special, we're not holy people. That royal bloodline. Oh, we have brotherhood. Oh, yes, brotherhood. We need to be brotherly towards one another. And we need to communicate to one another too. Because communication is the key to everything. You can communicate, especially if you can communicate in Hebrew. Then, only, let me stop. You got it, sir?
Yeah, God. It's the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor. This is the heathens. Go ahead.
God. If there be any error against this people.
That's talking about us, the blacks, the Hispanics, the natives, the men, women, and children. If there be any error, even the smallest error, not paying your tithes to command GEN.YAHANNA and Israelite school of practical knowledge. That's where all Israel, all blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men, women, and children should be paying their tithes. Some of that small is not paying their tithes. That's an error that all of the nations can exploit in us.
And they sin against their God.
And we sin against the Most High God. And sin is a transgression of the law. And the penalty for sin is death in most cases.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That this shall be their ruin. It will be our ruin because the Most High God will hide his face from us. And then we'll be at the mercy of our oppressors. And they have no mercy. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
See, they're going to go up. They're so bold that they will actually, they're going to see they see us messing up. They're bold in the fact that they're rushing to hurry up and conquer us. That's how, because they're mad that they're not chosen. Read.
God. But if there be no iniquity.
This is the other side of it. But if there's no iniquity, no sin, if we're perfect, because perfection is just keeping all the laws and commandments of the Most High God. That's what perfection is. Read.
In their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
See, they have to stay away from us. See, we're supposed to be separate from all the other nations. They have to just keep going there by minding their own business. Read.
God. And their God be for them.
See, if our God is protecting us, because look, what father, if their child is obeying if the child is obeying their father's every command, what father won't die for his child to protect him? Read.
And we become a reproach before all the world.
The Most High God will make them an example, a public humiliation example.
Right.
That was the last scripture. Oh, yeah, Baba Shaw. That's what I wanted to put. That's another one. Baba Shaw.
Right.
Baba Shaw. It means please. It's like we're very kind-hearted and tender-hearted towards one another. We do everything with respect and dignity because we're royalty. So we have class amongst ourselves. Okay. Let's get Edom. I don't want Edom. the one. Oh, sorry. One. See, it's different from Adawan. Adawan means Lord. The one, the Ma, is it means red. With Edom. Edom is red. They're red and hairy all over like a garment. They're red and hairy all over like a hairy garment. Yeah, that's this is our enemy. Enemy. Red. Stop. Do not approach. Stop. Do not approach the oppressor. The oppressor, red, you see red, you can stop. Caution. And he's the red man. He's the murderer, the spirit of Cain. We're supposed to stay away from this guy because he had nothing but trouble. He's evil. Like we are the vessel of honor. We are the superheroes. We are the righteous ones. The person is the villain, the supervillain, the bad one. He's really good at being a supervillain. We're really good at being a superhero. But who wins, the superhero or the supervillain? The superhero wins when we always do the right thing. Only the supervillain only wins when the superhero do something wrong in himself. So that's Edom. But Esau is, in the prophecy, they're going to be wiped away. They're going to be dead. They're not going to be around. They're not having no mercy from the Most High God. The thing is, we need to get those 2/3 not to die with them. That's our job. The Most High God wants to show and prove to him that we can save all Israel. Even though 2/3 are supposed to die in Scripture, but if we can save all Israel, that's to be a mighty achievement. All Israel make it to the kingdom? What? That would put the oppressor to shame. He'll be mad. He's trying to get as many Israelites killed with himself as possible. That's his own board at this point. Okay. Anything you want to say, sir?
Nah.
Okay. Let's get some more scriptures. Let's just go to Christ's flag. Revelations 1:1. So.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, and verse 1. This is the revelation of Jesus Christ.
So, as anything, the Bible wants us to prove all things. Prove all things, and this proves that Christ, these scriptures prove that Christ is black. This is the revelation means to reveal, so it's the revealing of Jesus Christ. Now, drop down 13 over so.
God. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
See, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, 7 candlesticks are the 7 churches or 7 schools that the Apostle Paul said in Asia Minor. In the midst of them was Christ because all those schools followed Christ. They was in the truth. Read.
1 like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
1 like unto the Son of Man. That Son of Man is Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ. And he was the Son of a Man. That's old Burger English. Like, what's up, man? What's up, Son of Man? He was a man. Joseph was his father. Joseph and Mary had intercourse, and they produced Christ. And nobody touched Mary's belly. Nobody touched Mary's belly. That's another lie the Christian church teaches.
Right.
Read what you saw.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had on a garment, right? That down to the foot, and girded about the paps with a golden girdle. See, he was a man of war. And that's the thing, Yahshua, Israel, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, we're supposed to be men of war. We are the Most High God's battle axe weapons of war. The Most High God is a man of war himself. We must have a warlike mentality. Like everything about us, we got to think warfare. We got to think about fighting. We got to think about how we can overcome this, overcome that. We got to think. We got to strategize. We got to complete the mission, accomplish our goals. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs were white like wool. So the hairs on his face and the hairs on his head were white like wool, meaning a full set of gray hair. And wool is the texture. Texture, this is woolly hair right here. Kinky hair, nappy hair. Yeah, nappy hair is for That's plain as can be. Napier. That's what Christ said. Read.
As white as snow.
As white as snow. Again, reiterating here, a full set of gray hair. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eye was a flame of fire. Our Christ's eyes was red as hell. He liked to drink wine. That's when a black man drinks, eyes turn red. So his eyes, Christ, he wasn't a drunk, he wasn't a wine drinker, but he did like himself a drink. But and you see, and this is the thing. He said he's not going to drink until we come back to us, come back and do what he got to do for the Most High God to destroy the oppression. That's when he's going to have his next drink. We haven't drink yet since he went back to went up in the fourth dimension with the Most High God, sitting on his right hand. Christ is very special. He's the only begotten Son, favorite Son of the Most High God.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
The brass is the derivative of the brown. See, so the oppressor is not even white; he's red. His blood shows through his skin. See, but our King had brass feet, brown. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So what happens when you put brass or anything in a furnace? It turns black, it turns dark, it turns darker. And that's what happens to that's just describing Christ. He was as dark as if when you burn something. He was a very dark skinned brother, like a Judah. Like there's dark Judites in the south, those field Negroes, that's how dark Christ was. Read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So don't let that fool you. He was a man of war. He spoke with authority. He spoke loud and clear. He was not to be played with. He was an austere man. He didn't play games. He cut people with his words, and he cut their spirits. He could discern things. He healed people. He walked on water. He did multiple. And Christ said we would do that and more. So why are we not doing it yet, Israel? Let's get to Daniel 10:5. I believe that's Christ's description in the Old Testament. So Israel. You gotta prove these things. These are milk scriptures, of course. I know this is Lashawan Qadash, but it's always good to throw on some milk scriptures here and here just to keep us on beat, on point about what we need to do next.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, and verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
Again, it's a man. It's a man. A man clothed in linen. Again, it's a man clothed in linen. Christ was a man. See, he wanted to be like his brother. He wanted to be made like his brother. So he wanted to prove a point. He wanted to showcase that he can defeat sin. He can be perfect, so that all of us can be perfect. He showed, and he did it. He fulfilled the job. He got it done. Christ is just one of a kind. So that's what we gotta do what Christ did. We gotta walk like he walked. We gotta do something. Shalom. This is the Lashawan Qadash class, sis. If you want, you don't have to, but if you want to say your alphabet, would you like to say your alphabet?
Say the alphabet?
In Hebrew? It's right here. The assistance.
Okay. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, sa, ta,
Ha.
ha,
Yep.
ta, ya, ha, ra, ma, na, sa,
I.
pa, taza, kwa,
Right.
ra, sha, fa.
What's our Christ? Give this system. Speaking our language. Speaking our language. That's what's on Christ. So yeah, Christ was a man of war, like his father. So we have to be men of war, Israel. It's the only thing we can be. There's nothing else for us out here in these streets. Was that the class then? Mark showed it.
Trying to play a song, and I'll take it.
Play a song.
Yeah, come.
All right, we're gonna go on a quick break, and Officer Mirage in the building. The scholar himself. And the bar, sir. That quick song. Check this off. Slack about that Israel. YouTube. Slack Israel. I know it's gonna be playing a song, but it just takes some time to figure it out.
You understand? These niggas weak. These niggas don't know what to do. You see these soldiers beside me, standing in all black with the shields on posts, watches. They all my
gold is precious, but loyalty is
What are we going into?
Just the basics, the alphabet, vocabulary,
endure through any crisis. Cause all my niggas righteous, all political vices. Cowards fold, real niggas hold rank, stand for what they believe and won't compromise the day. Never harmonize with traitors. Do not affiliate with impersonators. You cross the line, you gon' catch the vapors. My niggas strong, no chase. Them other niggas sweet like annihilators. Tank full of brown sugar like annihilate. Every time I move, a righteous demonstration. All I deny is safe. My brother's glorious, true warriors. The labor swore down the death sentence. Can't stop till we notorious. Thrown in my way with a supreme audience. Proud ass nigga get exiled. No loitering around my brothers.
Yeah, you already know what it is. 144 back again, U.P.K style, put it down for my brothers. And I roll straight soldiers.
That's
you
right.
see them niggas with them shields
That's
and
right.
the fatigues and them boots, they my brothers. We gon' rule it on the king, you understand? We gon' rule this bitch at all costs. Nigga, we gon' take these from the rappers.
That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's
we gon'
right,
eat
that's
and
right.
drink, me and all
My
my
brain like the ladder house. You can't blend with my men, nigga. I can tell you fake from your treacherous mouth. Claiming God is all love, we don't believe that. Give a damn about the 2 cents. Fuck your feedback. I give it all for my brothers, they deserve. No excuses for my niggas. They striving to be perfect. Sacrifice whatever form, they're never over. U.P.K, we click tight like Sweet Pea and Joe. Endure to the end, it's what a wise man told me. Licking from the top shelf, but I spit it with the low. 144, nigga, everybody know.
Alright, y'all, let's clap it up. Alright. Lockie, I did a horrible job of giving this camera. I don't know what I did, y'all. I came in and knocked the damn thing down. That was my fault. Try to fix it real quick. So we're gonna stick with some more basics, right? If y'all don't know, if y'all haven't been in tune with the class, shalom to everybody that's online. All right. Most High in Christ. You know what I mean? Shalom to everybody out there tuning in. All right. We're going to get it in, y'all. All right. So now, if y'all don't know, or if you do know, we go into a lot of the biblical history. That's a class. We got the scripture breakdown. We also have the Hebrew class. All right. So what we're gonna be doing today is giving you the basics of how to speak Hebrew as speaking it in sentences and talk. Right. So Abaya gave him the alphabet, right? Okay. All right. Most High Christ gave you a few scriptures as well. I've seen. So now let's go. Oh, I brought this up here to show that we usually we reference this book as well, the Biblical Hebrew text and workbook, authored by 3 she-devils. All right, you can get this on the I.S.U.P.K website for about maybe $15, $16. If you get a used one. Now, if you don't get a used one, I think it's like $100 or something. But I would get a used one. All right, so you can get that off of our link on ISUPK.com. This is probably why a little bit dark. So now, hold on, let me cast this to the screen so we can see the class. And now I'm gonna give you some basics on how to speak sentences. All right, in Hebrew. So bear with me. So let's start with you. Let's start with you. We'll learn how to say you in Hebrew. All right. I mean how to say you did something, and we'll go past, present, future tense. All right. That's gonna be the flow. Past tense, present tense, future tense. You did this past tense. You did this present and future. All right. So now let's pull this up. I will pull it up on the actual screen, but it might take a little bit too long. So because I'm already we're already halfway into the class, and I'm just now going into my half of the class, I'm gonna go just straight and pull it up off my phone, and we'll do it that way. All right. So now you also email me at I.S.U.P.K. I see Thalumya emailed me, right? I.S.U.P.K@gmail.com. Just request the Hebrew info for the class, and we'll do it. I'll send it to you. All right. I'm still working on how to go around Google asking for permission for the documents. All right. So let's start with you. All right. Now you is masculine and feminine, right? In this sense, right? So this is just you, pretty much masculine and feminine, or you neutral. Right? Meaning male and female. All right. So if you're talking to more than one person, or you're just saying you, that is a you that's neutral, right? And then you got and then you got you plural for males, and then you got you feminine for females, right? But this is just you in general. I would say Yahweh Shema al-Tha, or Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatha, right? That's just neutral for you. So we'll start with that. So we'll do you past tense. Sitting right here. So let's put it in English. Let's put you up here. It's a good marker. You. Now we're gonna start with the past tense on this one, right? Past tense, bang. And then we'll put present. We'll go to the present tense, put it right here. And then we'll go future tense, right? We'll go past, present, and future tense. I think I should put you over here. Just so I can fit it for the past tense, all right? Maybe I should just bring it down just a little bit. Keep you right here at the top. I'll just bring past tense down. That'll be easier. All right. So we'll start with the past tense right here. Down here. It's a little bit lower than the regular. Nah, that doesn't really work too well. I'll just do it over. I'll drop it all down for us, right? So future tense will be down here. Present right here. Present tense, and then you got past tense right here. All right. So we're gonna start with the past tense, and then we'll go present tense, future tense. So this is how you say you, meaning one person, talking to you, one person, right? You add fa at the end of a word. Right. So this is the root word right here. Now you know Hebrew goes from right to left. Y'all know that, right? I put 3 arrows. Hebrew goes right to left. So if you want to say you did this, and I'll just put this right here. This right here means the root word. All right? I'll put that under all of them. This is the root word. Right? Whatever the root word is. Right? Right? So whatever the root word is, you just add fa at the end of it. So you'll have your root word, your connectors or whatever. There'll be a word right here or something, right? And you just add fa at the end, T-H-A. And that's you did this past tense. Right. So I'm gonna step out the way so y'all can get a good look at it. I don't want to put my big old head in the way. Let me see if I can actually move this camera further up. the camera angle when I first came in and knocked the whole damn thing down by accident. Let's see if we can fix that. All right. Boom. Uh-oh, I'll do it again. Here we go. So a little solid right there. Room still look a little dark though. Let's see, maybe if I turn it this way a little bit more. You can't see future tense that well, but it's pretty good. I'm trying to to make it not so dark in here. All right. You can see it a little bit. All right. How about this? I'll keep root word right here, but I'll also put it over here too, right? I'll put past, present, and future tense over here too. What I'll do with the marker. Bam. So this is past, right? It's present, and this is future. All right. So now, and like you may or may not know, Hebrew goes from right to left. See, I'm trying to make this. I gotta keep it like this, but just make this come down more. There we go. Perfect. Turn it like that. Here we go. Trying to make it better for everybody. That's a lot better. Right. So now, you past tense is whatever the root word is, and then then tha at the end. Right. So this is the character tha, right? I actually put that right here, tha, T-H-A. So now let's do you present tense, right? If I wanted to say you did something present tense, but okay, so now present tense you have to say whether it's masculine or feminine. All right. So if you say you did something present tense, you just put wa in between the first two characters. Wa, right? Now this is for a male, right? So for a male, it's just, let me put this right here. For a male, it's just wa in between the first two characters. So I'll just put, let me see, what can I put right here? Now let's just put right here, just so you know. And then right? And we'll put a root word here, a three-letter root word here. We just use as an example, right? So bang, bang. This is what you're looking at right here. You put wa in between the first two characters, you put tha at the end for past tense. Present tense is just wa in between the first two characters. All right. So now, if you wanted to make this feminine, right? If you wanted to say you, sister, is doing this thing feminine, you add wa. So this is masculine, right? Y'all get that? Get a good picture of that, right? This is masculine. So now we're gonna change it to feminine, and we're gonna make it for a female. So I wanted to say you did this feminine, meaning this sister did this. You add wa, which is this is wa right here, right? Let me just put this in parentheses, y'all, just to separate it. You put wa in between the first two characters, and then you add a ha at the end. So this is ha, right? But at the same time, whatever this last character is going to be connected to it. So if it's or za, it'll be Z-A-H instead of za-ha. It won't be za-ha. Right. It'll be Z-A-H. It'll be za. Or if it's ra, it'll be ra instead of ra-ha, or ba instead of ba-ha. So it's ha. You add ha at the end, and it's H. Just put an H there so you know that it's connected to. Right. And that's how you say you did. So if you see a word, something wa, something ra. In this case, we'll use What can we do? You did this. You did. Let's do that, right? Let's give an example. You know, to do something is I.S.U.P.K in Hebrew, right? Right. So it would be I.S.U.P.K because of course the ha would drop off, right? Right. So I.S.U.P.K because in our language letters can drop off. Right. Right. So let me just space it over here just a little bit more, make it look a little bit more better. Go ahead.
It's crazy how letters can drop off because even when we text, we drop off letters like this.
Yep.
Example, instead of saying this, we say TIS, TIS,
Yep.
THIS.
We say, yep, we say this, like DIS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hold on, let me fix this. Ain't gotta look all, ain't gotta look like there's something wrong with it. We can make it look presentable. Right here. So let's put that on. And it'll be feminine because, of course, ha is already connected to. Right? I mean, ha is already a weak character, so you can just leave it like that. I'll give you a better. Let's use what we use in the what we have in the actual lesson. Right. They use shamar, right? So we did sha, wa, ma, and then ra. Shawa, mara, shawamara. All right. Shawamara. So, how about this, right? We'll even do this right here. So, if I say you did, past tense. So this is present tense, meaning you're doing. You doing this, sister. You doing this thing right here, sister. Shawamara. You doing this. You're watching class or you're doing, you know what I mean? This is shawamara. So you're watching, sister, you're watching, meaning you're doing this now, right? So if we did another word up here like Aisha, which we just had, right? Which means do. Aisha-tha. Now more than likely this would drop off, right? So it would be Aisha-tha, shawamara. So Aisha-tha is past tense. You did this, brother or sister. Because remember, that's neutral. So, you know what I mean? So if I wanted to say you're doing this, brother, I would have to take off ha. Shalom, right? But if I wanted to make it for a woman, shalom ra. All right? So I'm gonna erase these. I'm gonna just put the other character, the character A, character A, back up here. As our example root word. There's 3 I's, so, you know what I mean? And then right? For as an example, all right? This so the main things can stand out that you're gonna need. Go ahead, Iba, you had your hand up.
Okay. So for like shawa mara, that would be guarding you. That's how we would speak it. You know what I mean?
You're guarding. You're watching, you're keeping, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're guarding, you're watching, you're keeping, all the things that shamar can mean. So you might say you're watching TV, shawamara.
My question is, the guarding will come first and then the you, right?
Yeah. Wait. You saying like as far as what? As far as how you say it in Hebrew? Okay, it's together. This is all one word. That's why I'm showing you wa and ra. When you say this word, that is letting you know they're doing this now. Meaning, literally, not they, but she is doing it now. So if I didn't know what you were talking about, when you say shawamara, I now know that a woman is watching or a woman is guarding. Whether it's a big woman or a little girl, I know for a fact it's a female. And I know that they're guarding or watching or keeping, depending on what you say afterwards. You say guarding TV, I would figure you're saying watching TV. I wouldn't say they're keeping TV or they're guarding TV, I would say she's watching TV. Now, if you put the car, I would say she might be watching the car. I wouldn't say that. I would say she's probably guarding the car or keeping the car. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's move on to future tense. I don't know, did that answer the question?
So basically, so it's the same thing you said.
Yeah, when you say this word, this is you. It's not you before or after. Thought comes at the end for past tense for you. So if I want to say you did something past tense, it's the word and thought. If I wanted to say you're doing something present tense, I'll just say the word, shawamar, or whatever the word is. It'll have Y in between the first two characters. If it's a man, if it's a woman, it'll be Y in between the first two characters and I at the end. It'll be something Y and then something I, like Ra or Ba. So future tense, right? Oh man, let's go. Hold on, this thing try to play me. Right? Here we go. I don't know what just happened here. Hold on. Oh, damn. I got to pull this back up. Lock here. Satan be hating. All right. So now, we want to say you did this present tense. You did this future tense. Now we got to separate it for masculine and feminine as well, right? So this one is feminine, right? So we'll start with the masculine first. So you did this, or you something future tense, right? So we'll just put the characters up here. I'll put 3 characters up here, bang, 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 right? Our example word, right? Or example, for how it's supposed to go. If I was talking to a man saying you will either do, you will keep, you will operate, you put tha in front of the word. All right? So you put tha in front of the word. And this is the character tha, so you know. So it's funny that past tense is not in the back of the word. Because I'm guessing it's in the past. See how easy our language is? Right. And then if it's future tense for you, it's tha in front of the word. That's easy. I can understand why Adam would do it that way. It just makes more sense. Right. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to say you will watch TV tonight, I will put tha shamar. Now this is for a man. Remember that. This is for a man. This is masculine, y'all. All right, because only past tense, it was neutral. You didn't have to designate whether it's male or female, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, that is. Notice that it's good as you bring out that pattern because past is at the end, present is in the middle, and future is
at the end.
At the beginning.
I didn't even notice that for the present, it's in the middle. So that's how we do it right now. This is you that we on. All right. So if I want to say I buy, will you do this? Now to form a question in Hebrew, you put ha at the beginning of the sentence. You know what I mean? Ha goes at the beginning of the sentence. So if I wanted to say, if it's like a question, like I buy, will you help me tomorrow? Right? I'll put ha or will you guard? Will you guard tomorrow? Right? When you do shamar tomorrow, I'll say ha Aisha Tashamar Yawam. Right? So, but it'll have ha at the beginning so you know that I'm asking you a question, right? So y'all, I'll just put that back up there so y'all can have it. But ha is like a question mark. All right? Like a question mark in today's time, you just put ha in the beginning to make it a sentence. To make it a question. Go ahead.
So ha is basically the indicator that this phrase is going to be a question.
Right. That this entire phrase is a question, or this entire sentence is a question. All right. So now we got those 3, right? Now let's do the feminine for future tense. All right. So we're gonna switch this over to the feminine future tense. Okay. So let's get the feminine for the future tense. Give me 1 second. That is, so I wanted to say you will. At the end, it'll have ya. Character ya. So this is feminine. Tha at the beginning, ya at the end. Tha, whatever the root word is, ya. Tha Shamaria. Tha Aishaya. Right? That's how you say you will, but talking to a sister. Right. Now this is you singular. Now we're going to get to you plural. We're going to get to you plural in a second. This is just you singular. Saying, hey sis, you will do this tomorrow. Hey sis, you will watch the kids. Or you will whatever. All right? Or if I put hi at the beginning, I'm saying, sis, can you? Or sis, will you do this? Will you, future tense, do this? Or I could do it in the present tense. Ha, whatever will you do this now? Right? I'm asking you now to do it. Right. Or in a sense of can you? Future would be will you? Like can like will you help? You know what I mean? Right. And now is like, can you help me? Right? In the present tense. Right. So remember, this is you singular. It's talking to one person. All right? And it's the same thing with a female. It's just adding something at the end. It's adding it at the end. Right. So it's tha. It was just wa. It's tha for past tense. It was just wa for present tense. And it was just tha for future tense for a male. But for a woman, you add ha for the present tense and then ya at the end for past tense. Right. I mean, for future tense. So we good on that, right? So now, let's go you plural. Let's go back up. Let's go you plural. Where were we starting at past tense, right? Past tense. Let's go you plural. So we're gonna that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna erase these. I'm gonna erase it all, right? And we're gonna go plural. We're gonna start all the way over. Boom. Make it brand new, like babies. All right. It's like Christ said, gotta learn like a baby. Gotta start all the way over. Boom. All right, can you check and see if there's any questions for me? Okay. All right. So now this is gonna be you plural. All right. So we'll do the masculine version first. No, we'll do how we just go. How we just did it. We'll start with the masculine, then we'll end with the feminine, right? So, thumb. I wanted to say you did this kind or y'all. So you plural, you know what that means, right? I'm saying, let me just put it under. I'm saying y'all. Y'all brothers, y'all sisters, either did this, either doing this, or will do this, right?
Sure, no question.
All right, most high in Christ. So at the end is just thumb. Thumb. Remember it was tha before, now it's thumb. Rabbi Shemi al-Shabraga thumb. Right. Right? It's just thumb. So you can imagine what it's going to be for a sister, right? Right. It's going to be thun. T-H-A-N. So this is for a male. So wait, let me put our example back up here. Example. Bang. I mean our example root word. Right? So thumb. T-H-A-M. For a man, right? And we'll go down. So this is for a man, it's thumb. That's past tense. Y'all brothers did this, right? Y'all brothers tore up the place. Right. Y'all brothers did an excellent job. You know what I mean? Y'all brothers, did this thing or you know what I mean? Now, you want to say y'all sisters. How they say big shout out to the sisters, right? So if you want to make this feminine, you know what you got to do? Same thing. Rock a thumb. Alright? Like it. And you just put thumb.
Right.
The character na. Rock thumb. Right? Owl a thumb. So like the owl a thumb. I was small owl a thumb. You just put thumb for feminine. And that's past tense.
Right.
I mean that's past tense. So we'll go to the present tense and let's get that.
Right.
You feminine, you masculine plural for the present tense, right? So for the present tense, remember our example root words, right? Boom, boom. Remember, wa is in the beginning. I mean, is in the middle of the first two characters. The character wa, right? So you got wa in between the first two characters, and at the end you have yom. So this is masculine, present tense. Y'all brothers doing this. Something, or shawamar yum, or I was shayum. I was shayum. Y'all brothers doing this. Go ahead, Ibad.
You know how wa means and?
Mm-hmm.
Do tha have a meaning?
No, it don't.
Okay.
That don't have a meaning. It's just the only meanings that it has. It's used for tense purposes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not the same as it's not a word by itself.
Okay.
It's just used for tenses. All right, so now that's masculine. Now let's go. Hopefully everybody got the masculine. Let's go feminine, right? So we want to change this to a feminine. I wanted to say y'all sisters, right? This other line is y'all, but this is exactly what we're saying. Y'all, that's a black word. Y'all.
Right.
We say that all the time. Y'all brothers, y'all sisters, right? You add wa, the character wa, the character tha. So it will be shawamar wa. I was sha wa, right? I was sha wa, right? So WTH, wa. So wa between the first two characters, wa at the end.
Right.
So shawamar wa. I was shawa, right? So now, that's our language.
Right.
I'm saying, shawamar is guard, protect, keep.
Right.
Guard, watch, keep. I meant, Aisha is do. Y'all did. Right? I was shawa. Y'all did. Y'all sisters did this, right? So let's go future tense. Future tense on them. Let's go you, masculine, in the future tense. We're going to start with the masculine. Remember how we had tha at the beginning? So to give our example root word, right? Like something hurting on you. So we did our example root word. So remember it was tha at the beginning, right? Tha at the beginning. And now you just add wa at the end. Wa. So tha, shamar wa, y'all brothers watching. Y'all brothers guarding. All right? Tha shamar wa. Y'all brothers will Salaki, y'all brothers will guard. Y'all brothers will guard. Y'all brothers will, watch. Right. All right. Tha Aisha wa. You brothers will do. You brothers will do what the king says. All right? You brothers will do what the king says.
Right.
So, you will. You will do. I, sha, wa. Now, I'm just letting y'all know I'm putting Aisha up there as the root word. but characters drop off, and a weak character like Ha, it would just drop off. It would just be Aisha and then Wa. The Aisha Wa, right? Y'all will do that. This is masculine. Put this up here so y'all have that. That's masculine. Y'all brothers, y'all men, y'all will do this, right? Y'all will do what the king says. The Aisha Wa, Ma, Amar, Malak. All right? What? Ma, Ya Amar, Malak. Y'all brothers, so it will be the Aisha Ya Amar, so like a Ma Ya Amar Malak. The Aisha Ma Ya Amar Malak. Y'all brothers will do what the king says, right? We're gonna say that to the heathens a whole lot.
Right.
Y'all brothers will do what the king says. And we're gonna have to learn a little bit more and tell them there's gonna be consequences if they don't.
Right.
So let's get it for the sisters, right? Because see, in the kingdom, the heathens, they got something to do too. They women.
Right.
So it's like it was so we're gonna make this feminine. So it was thought in the beginning, right? And for the future tense, you add na at the end, NAH. So I'm gonna take this how for here, right? So now, first let me keep the how on here so I can teach two things at once, right? Bang, bang. So you see how you got Tha, Aisha, Na. Tha, Aisha, Na. So you gotta pronounce all that. So in our language, characters just drop off. Tha, Aisha. See how now you can just say Aisha and then add Na. Tha, Aisha, Na. NAH. Instead of Tha, Aisha, Na.
Right.
Because you gotta pronounce everything. So this is feminine. Tha, Aisha, Na. Yep. So we had our example root words, right? So I'm gonna put these back. I'm gonna put the example root word back so y'all get confused. Right? Bang, 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 just like that. Now this ain't a real word. 3 I's. I'm just using it as an example.
Like you said, pain.
Right. You in pain. All right. Esau gonna say that a lot too. You're gonna whip him for it too. That not so no damn. No excuses. You know what I mean? Man up. Lace up your bootstraps, Barzal. He said, pull up your bootstraps. Don't want to hear all that. Master. No.
Right.
Me and your dad was talking in the car. We said we're gonna give him our slave names that we got. I'm like, hey, Daryl, come here. I'm like, hey, Ray, get over here. Get the oppressor our slave, American slave name. You know what I mean? I'm like, Reggie. I'm like, K-Dot, come here, K-Dot. What you say earlier? Get Blizz. Come here, Blizz. Get my damn slave name, man. Because they down slaves. All right, so we got that, right? So that was you plural. We did you masculine singular. We did you feminine singular. We did you masculine plural. We did you feminine plural. All right. So now let's go down. Let's now we got you out the way. Now we know how to talk to somebody. All right. Now we're gonna get a little bit more specific. Let's go. Let's do he. He. All right. So we're gonna erase all this. That was it. We're gonna say he. Trust me, when your daughter or your son, when they want something done in the kingdom, and that damn heathen acting too slow, they gonna come tell you. They ain't gonna come tell I.S.U.P.K or Vazo or Shawashana. I'm like, mommy, he didn't do this quick enough. Beat him, mommy. Right. He's like, well, gotta call your dad first before we do all that. You know what I mean? Because our women gonna be in the right spirit. The women today, you tell mommy beat him, she gonna really beat the damn devil. She gonna beat him good too.
Right.
But our women gonna be in that right spirit. Now a lot of us they gotta beat him, then mommy will bring the whip out. But then she got some slaves to do that. She like, hey, Daryl, come here. Beat Ray. And they gonna do it. They better do it. They better do.
Right.
You know that much. All right, so now let's say he. We started with past tense, right? We're gonna do the past tense. He. This is how you say he past tense, right? Let me put up my example root verb back up here. Hang back up on the board. All right, and you just say, all right. So if you want to say he, it's just the root verb. So this is masculine, right? You want to say past tense he, it's just the root verb. It don't change. It's the same. I'll put that up here. You just say I.S.U.P.K. Now let me ask y'all a question. You just say Shalomar. I mean, just say Shamar. You just tell them what to do. You just say I imagine. Now why is it the same? Somebody answer that question. We're gonna rest our body. You good? Go ahead, Shawashana. Oh, that's right. I mean your name right.
Sawana.
Sawana. I said Shawashana. It's like Sawana. Go ahead, Sawana.
What's the question again?
Why does this stay the same? Why is it nothing on here when you saying he did this or he whatever? Well, you saying he did this. Like when you're saying, I almost gave it away, right? When you're saying he did something, why doesn't it change? This is an easy answer. It's very simple. It's probably right. You probably want to say it, but don't think it's correct. But it's easy.
What stays the same? I'm not sure.
The word stays the same. So if I wanted to say he watched, I'll just put Jamal. Right? I wanted to say he did, I would just put I.S.U.P.K. Why is it nothing added to it?
Because of singular.
Nope.
It's masculine.
Give her a hand. Because our language is naturally masculine. So it's actually no need to add anything for this. To say, oh, he did it. And it's two things. This is past tense, remember? You got past tense, past tense. One is a connection of two different things, right? When people talk, it's usually past tense. Oh man, this is what I did, and we was having so much fun. So you tell them what you already done. Therefore, there's no need to really change that. It's simple. We always talk this way. And our language is naturally masculine, so there's no need to change. Right? So it stays the same for masculine, right? For he. For a man, a man, let's do this on purpose for the LGBT, whatever y'all call it. This is a man. When I say he, it's a him. All right? It's not a he, she, or a she, he, or whatever you want to be. All right? It's not an imaginary thing. It's a real thing. So that's past tense. Now let's do present tense. Right? Present tense. So I'll just put our root word back up here, bang. Our example root word. So for present tense, if I want to say he, it's just wa in the middle. Isn't that the same as before? It's the same as you, masculine, right? When you said you did this, masculine, it was just the root word. And then when you said, hey, he did this, it's just the root word. Why is that? It's just wa in the middle. And I mean, in between the first two characters. Why is that? So this is masculine. Well, we know that you're talking about me. We didn't do she yet, so I'm not doing it. So why is this why in between the first two characters? Because we already went over it. The language is naturally masculine. If I'm saying you or he, I'm talking to either you or him. I'll give you another reason why our language is direct. You can't really snitch on somebody the way you would think you can snitch on people today. Back then, you can't say, oh, he did it, unless we know exactly who you're talking about. And that's even today's time, too. But today's time, they give you a picture. And you say, yeah, this is him. Yeah, he did that. in a room with a cigarette and two damn Edomites telling you how much time you're gonna get if you don't tell on this person. So back then, it's probably two brothers or a brother, you know what I mean? You know, saying, hey, what happened? You know, and you're gonna have to say who he is. So that's pretty easy to understand. So this doesn't change. It's just Y in between the first two characters. Now, let's go to the present tense. I mean to the future tense. So we want to do he, future tense, right? So to say he will is just our root word, right? Put our root word back up there. You just add Yah at the beginning. This is the character Yah. You just add Yah at the beginning. He will. He will. All right? He will do this. Yah. It means he will. Yah, whatever the root word is.
I forgot. Do y'all have a meaning?
Yep, Yah actually has a word meaning. It means he. That's why it means he. At the beginning of a root word, it means he. But it's usually he will. Unless you're saying they. Well, we're going to get into all that. We got 9 minutes though. So we probably will only be able to finish up she. And then we'll do the rest next week, right? Now the lesson we have is, we have the whole thing down, past, present, future tense for each one. It goes he, you, she, you know, he, you, I, you, he, she, we, you, masculine, plural, you, feminine, plural, they, feminine, they masculine, they feminine. For each tense. But so since we have it that way, I decided to break it down, put it this way, so you can see it. So you can see how it goes together. All right. Now let's do she. Add an S here. She. Lucky, y'all, my terrible damn right. All right. Let's go she. We'll erase this. Put an F right here for feminine. Erase this. All right. So erase all of this right here. Erase this, you know. We can keep our other root words up there. All right. We'll erase this. For now, and we'll see how we got to do it. All right. Actually, let's just erase them all, make it easy. Boom. So now we're going to start with, let's do she. She past tense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you telling on somebody saying she did this, right? So this is our root word. Bang, 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 right? Bang, bang, and then you add ha again. Just add the character ha at the end, right? Say she, but remember it connects. Whatever this is connected to it. So it will be I.S.U.P.K or Shamara, right? She watches, or she watched, or she kept, or she guarded. Or she poured oil on the head, or she did this, or she did that. All right? That's how you do it. So this is feminine, right? You know, it's a woman saying she. So now let's go to the present tense. Right? Let's go to the present tense. Hold on. There we go. So she, present tense, is the same way as you, present tense.
What?
Just like it was the same for the brothers. So right here, the first one, Y in between the first two characters, bang, bang, and then hi at the end. And it's connected, just like that.
Right.
So this is Y, and this is the character ha at the end. All right. And it is the same way that we did for she for you present tense when you was talking about when we were talking about a female. So you feminine present tense is the same exact way. It don't even change. Why? Because if I'm talking to you 1,000 years ago and I want to talk about her, she's right there. So really, when I say she did it, I'm saying B-I-T-C-H, you did it. Because she's going to be there.
Right.
Or she's going to be right there, or wherever I can point to her at. Or if we brought her up in a conversation, I'm still talking about her because I'm still talking about you. You feel me? Like you can't get out of it. You can't snitch on somebody without snitching on them.
Right.
And there's no somebody in this room had on a red shirt and they did something. Because 1,000 years ago, the red shirt is right next to you or right in the room.
Right.
I mean, they know who you're talking about because you have to say it. There's no comment in our culture. All right? And women ain't no, they ain't cowards anyway. They still got that damn spirit. Women today, they would just be like, that B-I-T-C-H, and they go to proceed to snatch the wig off.
Right.
That's how they get. They still got that same spirit. So now let's do she, future tense. All right, let's get into it. She, future tense. All right, so she, future tense is tha shamar. All right, and it's the same as you masculine, which is, I always thought that this one was, I forgot the connection to it. I can't even remember off the top of my head, but I always thought that this was ironic. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, if I'm saying you, future tense, but then I say she, future tense, is the same exact thing, just tha at the beginning. So you masculine is a future tense is the same way as she, future tense. All right? It's just tha shamar. So you can be saying you, this brother did this, or you can be saying, or you can say, I could be saying you will do this,
Right.
or I could be saying she will do this, which is sort of the same now that I gave that example. I don't know if y'all can understand, but I was talking like, I was pointing to, I was standing in front of Abad saying, Abad, you will do this. Like you will do this. And then I said, or she will do this.
Right.
And then it made sense because you had to be there.
What?
So she will, or you will, brother. You'll do it, brother, or she will do it. That makes sense. In the same vicinity. All right? And Salaki and Sawana, you know what I mean, to use you, you know what I mean, use you and Abad as the goddamn examples. I mean, we gonna tell the oppressor, listen, you gonna clean this, or she gonna clean this.
Right.
You know, tha clean, tha clean, right? You or her. And it's the same when you think about husband and wife, because he's in front of you, or the you, the he, which is the you, and she is in front of you. When I say you, meaning the you, future tense, the man. All right, you in the future tense, you masculine, future tense, right? And that's pretty simple. We're gonna go into some more next week. Now you get a chance to learn how to say the sentence, how to form sentences, right? I'm saying, will she help? Will she help? That's how, because how in today's time is a question mark when you put it at the beginning of the sentence or the beginning of the phrase. When I say, will you be helping, or will she be doing this?
Right.
That get a little serious, though. It's the same thing. You say tha shamar, why tha shamar? You gonna do this, and she gonna do it. Tell a brother that, it's like, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
So in the kingdom of heaven, Christ's kingdom, we're going to be speaking our native language, Hebrew.
Yes, we are. Give our hand. We are gonna be speaking our native language, all right? Go ahead. Oh, yeah, more? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, we definitely will be speaking our native language. And with full authority and force. Give me the Apocrypha. Somebody, Barzal, can you give me the Apocrypha? Anybody got one up here? Maybe there's one back here. Maybe not. I thought we had one back here. It's 9 o'clock. I just want one thing in the Apocrypha. You got it on there? Oh, wait, sister got one too. Me and this chair ain't getting long. See, I'm gonna tell you something, chair. Either you gonna get right, or she. I mean, your counterpart is. She gonna suffer. One of y'all gonna suffer. I made Ray come beat somebody. All right, you need the prologue to Ecclesiastes. You might have to sit up here so they can hear you. Tell y'all something, man. We're gonna be speaking our language with full force in the kingdom. And this is why you might have to come up, Barzal, so the mic can pick you up. You trying to find it? Go ahead.
What do you mean when you say full force? We're gonna speak it in full force.
Oh yeah, I'm about to go all into that right now, sis. We say we're gonna speak it in full force. Hold on, let me see the little camera. Hallelujah. These damn Christians. Hallelujah. Hallelujah to the beatings that's gonna come upon the oppressor in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? Hallelujah to the whippings and the slavery of the oppressor when it comes. That's how they like to use it. I like to mock hallelujah and all that little Christian. Amen. Give me an amen to the white man in his back. Ain't no amen for that, huh? All right, it's down at the bottom. This is the prologue, right? Here you go, right here. For the same things other than Hebrew. So the sister asks, why did I say in full force? You can come up here, Barzal. Just get over. You ain't gotta get in the camera if you don't want to. But you just get close to the mic. That's good enough. She asked, why did I say in full force? The prologue to Ecclesiastes and Apocrypha is going to tell us why. Go ahead, Barzal.
Oh God. For the same things other than Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
Now, because you speak Hebrew and then utter it in another tongue or translate it in another language, it don't have the same force as when it's spoken in Hebrew. So right now we're speaking in English. I'm saying, yeah, we're going to beat the oppressor in the kingdom of heaven after Jesus Christ returned. But in the kingdom of heaven when Jesus Christ returned, and I say, beat the oppressor, that's going to be full force, brother. You want to know why? Because either he going to get beat or somebody else going to get beat that don't want to beat him. You understand? When we say, eight shiz, go beat, go beat, give me another hood name. Give me another good hood name.
Daryl?
Daryl. Hey, shiz, go beat Daryl. And then go beat Black after that. I'm going to name the corniest little devil Black. I'm going to name my devil that beat the other devil Black. I'm like, hey, Black. Hey, Black, come here, Black. Come here, G. Beat Raver. You know what I mean? In the kingdom of heaven when Christ returned. Read it again, Barzal, just so we can know about how when we say these things, it's going to have full force. Go ahead. Hold on, let me, this is the prologue to Ecclesiastes. I'm going to show you where it's at in your book, so you can underline it. But go ahead, read it, Barzal. Then I'm going to bring it up to the camera. Go ahead.
Oh God. For the same things other than Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
It don't have the same force as what we say in Hebrew. We say, Lashawan, that's force. Then you can say, rise, Israel. It just don't match. When you say that, it don't. When you say, the Lord Jesus bless you, in English, it ain't like, it's like it's a whole nother force. And when you say, Mawafia, or what is it, Mawafla out of woman, death to Edom. Man, listen, that thing right there, bro. So chill, Mawaf out of woman, or Mawafla out of woman. Man, they hear that in the kingdom, they gonna cry. Go ahead, sis.
When we stand up and face the east, and we say the prayers, and we say it in Hebrew first, and then English. But every time we say our prayers, and it's in Hebrew, like you said, it has full force to the point that now things are happening that Christ had prophesied.
Oh, yeah.
Because we praying for it.
It is
Asking
dang.
with full force.
Yeah, we praying with full force for that COVID. Man, that was our prayers coming true, man. That COVID, man, the monkeypox, our prayers coming true, man. I mean, the Space Force, him coming out with that Space Force, that's our prayers coming true. Because why do we need one? Why need a Space Force? Well, the COVID, I mean, shut everything down. I mean, the monkeypox, I mean, come on. Super gonorrhea. We the super gonorrhea. The big dog. That's our prayers coming true, man. The Lord plaguing this earth. He's blessing us by that, man. Because the closer we get to our kingdom, it is a blessing. It really is, because no more of this. It's like, damn, no more of literally this garbage that we got to do, man, to even be a person in America. To be like you wear your own. If I wore this outside, people are going to look at me. If I walk into Sears or Walmart at the cash register with all this on, it's like, what are you doing? Look, they want to probably take pictures or whatever, because this ain't even normal out here, man. This is trash. This is society. You can't even be who you are.
Right.
Now we could do that, and maybe we should. I don't know. Get people to understand that we are separate from them, and we're not the crazy cult members that they want. You know, it's ridiculous, man.
Right.
A lot of ours, I appreciate it. Now, if I could put it up on the screen, show you where it's at. You got to highlight it. I'm going to highlight this for the sister. I'm going to show y'all where it's at. Then we're going to pass the class off. So I'm going to highlight it for you. All right. I remember specifically where this was at because I'm trying to find this damn thing so many times. The general call for it, or when a brother in the class called for it. Barzal, can you continue to read? Oh, Bashar, you come back up here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, if you can read from where you was at, because I forgot a little bit more than this. So if you can read it again, while it's this, I'm going to show it to the screen after you're done, and then we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead, Barzal.
For the same things other than Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
Go ahead.
And not only these things, but the law itself,
Go ahead,
and the prophets, and the rest of the books have no small difference.
Damn. Go ahead.
When they are spoken in their own language.
It ain't no small difference when they're spoken in their own language. It's not a small difference. It's a big difference. So, like, if I can see that, I want to show this to the class. I'm going to give it to you, sis, if you don't mind. Give it back to you. I want y'all to see this, right? What I just highlighted for the sister, this is her apocryphal. That's how you know it's hers. It's highlighted already. So I just added this right here, right over here, right at the bottom of the prologue to Ecclesiastes. All right. It tells you, where does it tell you that it's the prologue right here at the top? It tells you it's the prologue to Ecclesiastes right here. All right, you can highlight that too if you want. It tells you right there. But here it is. And that's what he read. It's not the same force in it. The things that's for, see that it says for, things that are uttered in Hebrew. All right. With that being said, pass the class over to priest, officer of 1,000, Officer Barzal Rakata. Oh, I'll give it to you. This is the class. No problem.
Priest and officer 5,000, officer Baran, another hand.
All right,
We have the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We have the I.S.U.P.K starting out in Mount West on the 25th Street on New York under Commander General Yohanna. Room for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are all members for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission for the head to speak to a brother and sister. There's another 6 months of what the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission for the head to get married. Tithes, which is a commandment. We read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Now, I.S.U.P.K means 10% in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Get to the treasury department. Priest fund free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatever. So God will like to become a holy convocation will be like the memorial blowing the trumpets, the first day of the 7th month, Sunday, 25th September 2022. Read about this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 to 25. Remind Akim and Akbar to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband on scarf. And with that, just the brothers like Maji, which means to stand. The announcements for the band bunch, so Salakia, if I could, the Philadelphia fans, they still continue to be down. So if any brother has any funds towards the bands, it would be greatly appreciated just to get the band up and back and running for Philadelphia camp. And any contact information with
Officer, Captain Mike Sharp.
Yeah, contact Captain Imai Sharp, if you could, Bubba Kashar. And again, with that being said, brothers like Maja, which needs to stand. Minister Israel.
We're gonna let's do the Lord's Prayer and wrap it up.
Khan, the palm of the thumb, which we turn to face east, sister like Maja. The palm of the thumb, turn to face east. We'll send up the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and translate it in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, I.S.U.P.K, Our Father, which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
As it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this
Our
day
daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Give us our debts.
Forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So big. Psalms, please turn. This is the shot. See, brothers, we're gonna get a brothers slightly. We're gonna get a brothers courteous salute. Minister Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Flow. Yahweh top, these hands down. Sorry, and we turn to face the sisters like Maji. Again, which means to stand. Sisters Yahweh Shabbat will be with your feet at a 45-degree angle. The right hand clasped over your left. And then when we say Barak, with an open hand, smite your chest and say the salute back to the brothers. And also making that your head is covered, making sure your head is covered. Men of Israel, we're going to get the sisters a courteous salute. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam Barak. Yahweh Shemar, the third by Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh the top. Class of
Man, y'all make sure y'all learn them prayers, man, by heart, man. That was excellent what Barzal did. Most High in Christ. All right. Shalom, Israel. Go enjoy y'all Sabbath, man. Do not let nobody oppress you on the Sabbath. Enjoy your Sabbath. Shalom.